Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon, probably in some countries. And here is networking conversations with Lolita Reed. And today I have an amazing guest, Hana, and she will introduce herself in a minute. And we are going today to talk about calm before Christmas. And of course, the stage will be wholly given to Hana. And here we are now, Hana. So for those who don't know you, how would you introduce yourself? And what is, because I know I introduced yourself as spiritual coach and guide. So for those who don't know you, introduce yourself and tell a bit more about you, Hannah. Stage is yours.
Thank you, Lolita. Yeah, so everybody, my name is Hana Esselink. I'm a spiritual coach and a spiritual mentor, and my background is in communications for 20 years, which is, my corporate side. And I've been doing also alongside that psychic readings and other things like that, mentoring with people for about 15 years. So quite a long time as well, alongside the corporate job. And now, since my burnout at the corporate job, which was in May this year, I smile about it, but it wasn't funny at the time. And I totally burnt out. I was a senior communications officer at a communications company, an energy company, and the stress of the work was too much, and I had to be signed off sick by my doctors for several months. It's okay now; they've done all the tests and everything, but now I've thrown myself fully into the spiritual coaching side, which I love to do. And I help people who have been through the same journey as me, or who are on the cusp of it, or anybody who wants a reading. And so I'm doing this Calm Before Christmas 4-week practical mystic course. I have a 12-week practical mystic course, which is one-to-one with me over Zoom every single week, with some WhatsApp support in between. But this 4-week one is a sort of a mini version of that, but it's designed especially for before Christmas, because everyone's smiling, but the stats and the research actually shows that a lot of people are very lonely at this time, overwhelmed. They wear masks because even though it's supposed to be a happy time, and it is a happy time, you can't leave behind who you were before Christmas or after Christmas. So it's helping people cope with that whole craziness that happens over Christmas, the family dynamics, being able to recharge themselves and having that inner calm and boundaries, because a lot of us don't have boundaries. We think we have to go and see family everywhere, and then things get hard and tough, and then we have a very hard January. So that was a long introduction, but that's kind of gone into the course itself as well.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Hannah. You basically answered all the questions I have, but I will go to the
This is all my PR training. It's like all coming out now.
and psychic as well. So you sort of knew what I'm going to ask. But yes, I know the stats. And, like I today actually reflected, and we have 42 days till Christmas. And I think I'm correct, because these numbers, sometimes could be incorrect, but I think it's 42 days. So December definitely can feel busy and overwhelming for many of us. So why do you think this time of the year affects us so much, emotionally, especially?
Because it's a time of the year which is very centered. Things go very quiet. Everything shut, especially in the UK, everything shuts down. There's no transport and stuff on Christmas Day. And it just, in Holland, you have that. I used to live in Holland, and you still have the buses and things. But here, everything shuts down. It's a large emphasis on family and community. And I think those of us who maybe don't have strong family bonds, or we have issues within the family, or even if you have a good family but you don't see them other than Christmas, this can be quite a challenging time, because your boundaries are broken in some ways, because you're expected to put on the mask of Christmas. No one wants to be a stooge at Christmas. People want to be friendly and kind, but maybe inside it's at the expense of their own peace of mind. And so this course is designed, and I did actually have a group of people who are my clients who I talked to about this. So they gave their thoughts on it. So it wasn't just made up. And I thought, okay, well, I did the research. It's the fact that a lot of people are very lonely at this time. I mean, my own family go in different directions at Christmas. They don't necessarily even celebrate Christmas. Well, my sister does, but other people don't. So before I got married, I was basically traveling all the time at Christmas. I'd be going to Jamaica or Goa or Dubai, and I just felt like I didn't want to be caught up in that kind of all the, what is the word that I'm trying to say? The craziness of Christmas, but also the hype. That's the word. The hype of Christmas. It's very hyped, and it's very hyped way before. So there's a lot of pressure on people to start buying gifts for people, for their family, and maybe they don't really have the money, but they want to seem as if they have. It's a time of false pretenses in some ways as well, I hate to say, because then come January and you're suddenly whacked with a big credit card bill, or because people have got paid late in December, they're not getting paid again till the end of January, and that's a long time. That's why they call it dry January, and also because you have to recover from Christmas and the drinking or whatever else is you've
Or
been doing.
eating.
Yeah, it's a great time, but it's also a time that is too many people reflect more than they usually would because of the hype, the media, everything that's out there. You
Yeah.
know.
So basically, all this that you now explained inspired to create the mini practical misting. Is that correct?
Yeah, and it's a 4-week course, which is one-to-one with me on Zoom every week for an hour and a bit,
Mhm.
and a little bit of WhatsApp support if you need it in between. And it's
Yeah.
especially designed for those of us who are maybe busy mums. I know a few of my clients have little children with ADHD and stuff, for example, and they're experiencing overwhelm already, and it's not even got to December yet. And so it's designed to help them focus and have some inner calm. So you'll be going away with worksheets, with tools that I give you that we'll be practicing together, so that come that time, if you're feeling overwhelmed,
Mhm.
burnt out, stressed, or if you're just feeling as if emotionally you're vulnerable because maybe you've seen a family member that you didn't really want to see and they made some comments at the dinner table, you can take out those tools that I've been training you with, and you can go away for a few minutes somewhere peaceful and you can do what you need to do. And that includes things like short meditations, things like little prayers, if you're into that. But also, we address what the core problem is with you. How do you overcome that? So obviously 4 weeks is not a long time, but it's enough to get a few hints and trips along the way.
Yes. So, for example, if somebody is listening now and or will watch the recording, because this will be available on a few platforms, and if someone is listening and feels overwhelmed already, what would you say is the first step they can take right now?
Well, overwhelm is something that is it's a weird thing because it's basically our to-do list is going crazy. That's what overwhelm is. And so I would give them a few tricks and things they can do peacefully in their own home, taking deep breaths, but then little meditations and snapshots of what they can call upon, and also just centering themselves, grounding themselves is the very first thing they would need to do. So are they grounding themselves correctly? That's the word I'm trying to say. Because if you can ground yourself correctly, you immediately come back into the present moment. Every cell in your body realigns itself. And are they doing that with, for example, the chakras? Well, I'm going to talk a little bit of spiritual spiel in this course, but it is very practical. And if they don't understand that, I'm going to turn back and make it very practical and then bring that in a little bit later towards the end of the course. But once they understand how that works and how they ground themselves properly, and I will give them about 3 or 4 different techniques, that is the first step towards stopping overwhelm, because it's a leakage of our thoughts. It's a feeling of like you can't cope. It's a feeling of like, you're somewhere in the air and you've got to come back down and you've got to ground yourself into the present moment. So that's one of the things I'll be teaching them.
That's actually very good. I love the power of now, because that's where everything is happening. That's where we make decisions and we create future in the now. So I can see, that your mini course will create many shifts. What is the major shift the participants or your clients will get from working with you over these 4 weeks?
So the major shift they will get is that they'll feel a lot of more inner calm, and that will ease anxiety, and they'll stay clear-minded, because the way Christmas can trip people up is the to-do list gets longer and longer. Maybe you're entertaining, maybe you're going somewhere and expecting to meet that distant relative that's always causing you to trip up. How do you cope with that when you're in the moment surrounded by other people? It's quite hard sometimes. So I'm giving them that inner power through my tools to be able to do that. So maybe you still feel a little tinge of like, oh, he's attacking me in some way, verbally or whatever, but you're able to be realigned and centered again and present, so that it doesn't bother you at, say, 80%. That's the key, isn't it? Maybe it will still bother you 10%,
Yeah.
but ultimately, if you keep practicing these tools, it will get to the point where it's like, water off a duck's back. It won't bother you. And I think that's one of the things that we tell ourselves, that we're okay with it, but then we have bad time in January. And I want people to go into 2026 and start January with enthusiasm, not burnout, genuinely thinking, oh, great, what do the next 3 months hold for me now? How can I, use the tools that Hannah's taught me to also bring my life into a new level, because I will be also teaching that in the course as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually, yes, it's about tools, the tools that you are going to share, and for your clients to be able to implement them in every day. That's so important, because there is no point, to learn some tools and put them somewhere on the shelf and then
Yeah.
don't use it.
That's
So
it. That's exactly it. I mean, because, you'll learn to protect your energy as if it's a PIN number, because your energy is actually energy leaks, guilt, burnout. These are things we all take on board without even realizing we're doing it.
mm,
And what this course will help you do is identify that that's what's happening. And then you can step out of that zone quickly,
yes. Yeah, awareness. Yes, it will give awareness. That's for sure. So, how can people join the Mini Practical Mystics, or book a short maybe consultation with you? How can they do it? And yeah, just explain a bit
Well, if you
more.
go to my website, there is my website is yourinnerlight.co.uk. You can book a free 15-minute chat on the spiritual coaching page, which is, you go right to the bottom, you can do that. Or you can find me on Facebook, DM me, which people do, or there's a way to buy it as well already on my Facebook page. There is a pinned post where you can actually buy the course. The investment is only 197 for 4 weeks, which I think is fairly reasonable, and people are able to then, be enthusiastic and happy. I want people not to just, recover from Christmas, but also into the new year. This is ongoing. This is not just for specifically, it is designed for Christmas, but it is also to take that as a lifelong tools to carry on, to pull out something out of your toolbox that you can use.
Yeah, absolutely. We all need to have these toolboxes, spiritual toolboxes, and very practical ones. So uh,
Yeah.
that when we need them, we use them, and actually it become our second nature, I think. And that's what your course is about. And as
Yes.
you said,
Yeah. It's so that you start to embody it. That's you learn new habits, and I understand that's hard when people are busy. But the fact is, guys, that if you don't do that, you end up doing the same thing again and again every year. So, and also, it's fun. It's something that will help you to see the bigger picture in your own life as well, and what things need to be maybe released, and what situations you can keep and add to.
absolutely. And I'm also going to share all the links in the comment sections under all the videos in all the platforms. So
Right.
everybody who is interested, they definitely can access. They will have access to you and to your course. And it's just my email coming. And so, would you like to add something? The final sort of encouragement for all of us.
Yeah.
Anything that will brighten our day today. If
Well,
somebody
I
is
think I
with
think a lot of us are just continuing in our daily structures day to day, almost without thinking, because life is so busy for everybody right now. It's the times that we're living in. And I think these practical tools and daily rituals and simple steps will just help you feel lighter from week one, because we're amazing. We have a lot more potential and talent than we often think we have, or we're just bogged down with things, and we find it challenging to face maybe certain people and things, especially at Christmas. And this is designed to help you, stand in your power, because we all should be able to do that to really find our deeper purpose.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree. Deeper purpose. So, thank you very much, Hannah, for sharing your wisdom and giving us a gentle reminder that we can move through December and through Christmas period with calm, confidence, and ease, which is very important. And if today's conversation spoke to any of you, of course, like find those links and contact Hannah or invest in yourself, because
Yes.
it's a small investment and it will be not just for Christmas, it will be for life, as just Hannah said. So we invest in cup of coffee. Why don't you invest in yourself? Which is, coffee is important if you drink coffee, but to have
Love
tools
coffee.
like you just shared, Hannah, it's I think it's more important than coffee. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and thank you, Hannah, for being here with me, sharing your wisdom and this amazing, truly amazing course. And I will share all the links to your website and to your investment, where to invest into the course, in all the
Thank you.
comment sections. And I'll see you next time with maybe another networking conversation, because guess what? We are here to share our inner gifts, and platforms like this, creates an amazing space for us to, yes, share our light with the world. So thank you very much, Hannah, and thank you everyone who is watching and who's going to watch. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Lolita.
Thank you.